A catastrophic threat presents itself. In a fraction of a second, the organism must react or cease to exist. The fight or flight response is a hardwired, systemic biological override. It is a physiological sequence designed to seize operational control of the body, moving authority away from conscious, deliberate thought. Reports of individuals displaying hysterical strength during an emergency align with measurable physiological shifts in muscle fiber recruitment. To achieve this output, the human body pushes its own mechanics past daily operational limits and into a destructive zone. Tracking this phenomenon requires following the exact chronological sequence, starting from the brain's initial perception of danger to the resulting output in the muscle fibers. This chemical cascade reveals that humans possess physical capacities far beyond their conscious daily access. The biological cascade begins when sensory data of a threat enters the central nervous system. Under baseline conditions, sensory data travels to the prefrontal cortex for logical, deliberate processing. In the event of a sudden threat, this logical processing is too slow to ensure survival. The brain compensates with an amygdala hijack. Sensory data bypasses the prefrontal cortex entirely and strikes the amygdala. The amygdala signals the hypothalamus, which immediately activates the sympathetic nervous system. This activates the autonomic division of the nervous system, initiating the body's survival response. Because the signal bypassed the frontal lobe, conscious logic is sidelined during this phase. The autonomic nervous system now dictates all resource allocation within the body. Survival in these moments depends on the prioritization of rapid reflex over the slower processing of the prefrontal cortex. The autonomic signal races down the spinal cord directly to the adrenal glands, located above the kidneys. The sympathetic system orders these glands to immediately alter the body's blood chemistry. The glands release a tidal wave of epinephrine, or adrenaline, and norepinephrine, flooding the bloodstream. Adrenaline causes a spike in heart rate and contractility, forcing blood toward critical organs. To maximize oxygen intake, the bronchial tubes in the lungs dilate. Oxygen provides the foundation, but extreme output requires a concentrated, immediate fuel source. Adrenaline signals the liver to mobilize its energy reserves. The liver responds by dumping stored glycogen into the blood as raw glucose. The skeletal muscle tissues are now highly saturated with a fuel mixture of pure oxygen and glucose. In a fraction of a second, the body has re-engineered its internal infrastructure to operate as a high-performance survival engine. Accessing this extreme physical power requires the brain to override its own safety protocols. Under normal conditions, motor unit recruitment is strictly limited to 30 to 50% of total fiber capacity. These neurological thresholds protect the skeleton's structural integrity from the mechanical force of the muscles. Without these inhibitors, human muscle contractions are powerful enough to snap tendons or shatter bones. The adrenaline surge targets these neurological limiters. During a sympathetic override, the brain removes these safeguards, pushing muscle recruitment toward 100%. Flooded with glucose and oxygen, the muscles are now firing with almost their entire fiber capacity. This maximum recruitment is the biological reality behind superhuman strength. The resulting load causes extreme microtears to form across the muscle fibers. This superhuman strength is a direct result of removing the brain's internal limiters, unleashing the biological hardware's full destructive potential. Operating at 100% output requires the body to prioritize energy use with extreme prejudice. The brain initiates a triage process, powering down non-essential bodily systems. Digestion stops instantly, a process known as sensory tunneling. The system must also manage the pain signals generated by muscles operating at their mechanical limit. Through analgesia, pain receptors are chemically muted so that structural damage does not paralyze the individual. Simultaneously, the brain begins processing environmental data at an accelerated rate. This hyper-focused internal processing causes the external perception that time is slowing down. The organism is biologically overclocked, sacrificing long-term health for immediate survival. The process begins with the amygdala hijack, triggering a rapid adrenal flood. This forces a glycogen fuel dump while simultaneously overriding the body's neurological thresholds. Extreme strength in a crisis is a verifiable biomechanical event. The baseline human state operates within safe limits, while the emergency state runs the system at its absolute mechanical ceiling. The trade-off is severe: muscle tearing, depleted adrenal glands, and total physical exhaustion. The human body is not designed to operate at its full mechanical capacity for more than a few moments. Ultimately, this biological override trades long-term structural integrity for the single absolute purpose of surviving the present second.
Thanks for watching Body Science School. Please like, share, and subscribe the channel for more.